Hello everyone, greetings from San Diego, California. Today is Thursday, April 10th, approximately 5:15 p.m. This is your friend Francisco with another humble professional opinion and information about the situation in the country. For many of you who don't know me, I studied business administration. I've been really lucky to have worked in several fields that were encompassed in my profession. I've worked in imports and exports, management, accounting, real estate, and property management. Today, I had a really nice conversation with a good friend of mine who shared an opinion from this person that he knows. This person has a background in the military, in the Navy particularly, and now he works for the customs in my country, which doesn't entitle anyone to know automatically about economy or even business. Throughout my years of university, I did study a few years of macro and microeconomics, and I really like macroeconomics in particular. So I self-educate in macroeconomics and many other subjects that I like, and I listen to university professors from Harvard, from Oxford. I really like a couple of economists that had Nobel Prizes, and I only listen to professionals. I don't like to listen to politicians. So with that said, I want to talk about my predictions from all the videos that you can find in my channel, particularly one on Saturday. I made a mistake saying it was Saturday, April 4th, which was a mistake. It was Saturday, April 5th. This was before Trump's announcement that he was backing off on the tariffs, that he was putting a pause of 9 months, which happened on it happened on the 9th, which is yesterday. Yeah. So the original declaration that Trump made was that, yeah, he's putting tariffs because of the fentanyl and the illegal immigration, and he wanted leverage to negotiate with Canada and Mexico to put a stop on these two problems at the border. Later, he said, oh yeah, the other countries are robbing us because our trade is unbalanced. We import way more than we export. And then he said several other stupid things that did not make sense, and they made up this second grade formula that was supposed to result in the real tariffs that other countries were imposing to the US products, which I also said was not true. And many economists said it was a ridiculous, never used formula, and it was not a real formula. That only reflected, portion of it reflected the difference between the imports and the exports, and that's a numerator of the formula. Anyways, I also have explained in the previous videos that who pays the tariffs is the company or person importing goods. And then if it's a company, that extra cost is passed on to the consumers, unless it's a super generous owner that says, I'm gonna swallow the cost of imports. But we know that that doesn't happen. So I've been talking about all this. Going back to Saturday, I talked about the manipulation of the market, of the stock market, and explaining how some people or companies, or millionaires in particular, can benefit if they have information from, let's say, the president that tells them, you know what, I'm gonna make these stupid announcements. Of course, not saying stupid, but I'm gonna make these announcements to crash the market. This is a master plan. I'm gonna crash the market. So the shares go down, the prices of the shares go down, and people with money can buy the shares. Suppose a share that costs $100 goes down to $50. So somebody goes and buys $100 million in shares. And I'm not exaggerating. Today, Trump was bragging. Charles Schwab, who many know for the application, and actually I have that application to trade my shares. Charles Schwab was in the Oval Office, and there was another millionaire there, and Trump was bragging. He said, today, Charles Schwab, who is also a person, not only a company, he made $200 million. And then this other guy, I don't recall the name, I don't think he said it, but this other guy made $900 million. Okay, how did that happen? It was exactly what I said on Saturday. They bought shares at low prices until Trump gave them a cue, which I believe is the message that he posted in the morning of the 9th of April, saying, this is the perfect time to buy. And then a few hours later, he announced the U-turn on the tariffs. No more tariffs, because these countries have been really nice to me, and because they want to negotiate now. The markets went back up. I'm not lying. I don't like to lie. I don't like to talk without informed opinions or verifiable facts. It is all there. You can see the timeline. You can see what happened at the exact time when he announced that he was stopping the tariffs for 9 months. the stock market went crazy, back up. Not 100% of what was lost, but I think it's 50%. So it's not recovered yet, and it was too enthusiastic for people or these millionaires with the shares that put them on sale again. And so people thinking, oh, okay, he announced it's a good time to buy, I'm gonna buy, but he was lying. And then or it was a cue for the millionaires and his children to stop buying the shares, and the market got better. But then people realized, oh well, there are a lot of tariffs still there that went up. So the market didn't continue recovering. But anyways, my message is this market manipulation that I denounced from the very, very beginning. And my question on Saturday was, I wonder why nobody says anything about this market manipulation. Economists, reporters, politicians, nobody said it. I said it. And yesterday, the trade commissioner was being drilled in Congress, and this congressperson was directly suggesting, if this is not market manipulation, what is? He said it for the first time before other people other than me, because I said it from the very beginning. I'm not a know-it-all, but I know a little bit of economics. I went to school. I studied economics, macro and micro, and I really like it. And I have common sense. Anyways, now my next prediction is FBI and the SEC, they have to, and the Congress maybe, have to conduct investigations about this market manipulation and how some of his close friends and investors got richer in a matter of days. Because from Independence Day that he declared on the 2nd, 7 days after, his genius master plan of imposing tariffs to many countries, that even to ones that only had penguins living in it. And then he changed his mind totally. He said, okay, let's go back, never mind. And now he's presenting in the Oval Office at least 2 millionaires, and I quote, this guy Charles Schwab made $200 million. This other guy made $900 million. You can go look for this. I'm not making it up. It's not AI. It is what Trump said in the Oval Office. This will put him and his accomplices in jail, because it is a crime to manipulate the markets. Remember my words. And please follow me. It's free. And it will motivate me to make more videos. Hopefully not related to this anymore. Hopefully more to life in San Diego. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.